now that it is a reality, JEE has through NTA officially announced that the exam is going to be happening in 2023 January. Uh, so now the news must have kind of sunk in. You must have been kind of in a state, okay, how can I prepare? What are the things? So keep all those things aside. At this point in time, you must have realized that it is the only way forward is to put in the efforts in the right direction and get whatever best possible efficient work that you can do at this point in time. Now, on that note, so I'm going to be telling you a particular strategy which is kind of used, which in fact I have used unconsciously or subconsciously, and I'm trying to kind of develop this and incorporate this into your daily routine of problem solving. So whatever your current aspirations might be, suppose say you are kind of little bit doubtful whether you will be able to clear JEE main in the first attempt or not, whether you will be able to get a high score or not, whatever may be your scenario, right? This method would kind of work for each and every student. So if you are a student who are like kind of aiming very high, you want to get 98 percentile, definitely this particular strategy will make, if you have the potential to get 98 currently, this strategy will make your percentile go from 98 to 99. If you already have the potential to get 99 percentile, it will take your potential outcome from 99, it will make it much higher and close to 100 percentile. Right now, what is this particular strategy that I'm talking about? So it is going to be less of writing and more of thinking. And also I will be taking up different pyqs and telling you how these pyqs can be solved with less of writing and more of thinking. See, just imagine, when you're going to write, your writing speed is just going to be probably what every 1 second, how much you will be able to cover a distance of maybe 3 centimeters. 3 centimeter per second is going to be your writing speed. But just imagine what is going to be your thinking speed. Your thinking speed is close to speed of light. So the kind of less writing work you do and more of thinking work that you develop, it is going to help you in phenomenal ways, which you kind of will understand when you start implementing this particular method. Even the student who has the potential to get 100 rank, all India rank 100, uh, by incorporating this particular method, they can go from that potential rank to a much higher rank and come in top 10 also. And in fact, this strategy is kind of subconsciously used by, it is used by almost everyone, but just that it is the degree will be varying, different people will be using it to different degrees. And eventually students who keep making progress, you would have seen in class 11th, they would have been a kind of preparing in a particular manner, their performance would have been in a particular manner, but slowly over a period of time, when they go from 11th beginning to 11th mid to 11th end and then 12th beginning to 12th mid, by the end of almost close to the time of JEE main, you would have seen that graph like go up. And if you kind of observe why that particular graph is going up for that particular student, mm, invariably one strategy they will be using when it comes to facing tests: less of writing and more of thinking. Right? So how to incorporate this? Definitely you can do it by sheer practice, right? By incorporating these methods consciously into your routine problem solving. See, first you do a problem twice. See, I'll tell you what is going to be the benefit of doing the problem twice. One, so either you are trying to when you are trying to do it on your own, while you're attempting a problem on your own, the very first time itself, I would suggest you to incorporate this less of thinking, less of writing and more of thinking in your very first attempt itself that you are doing on your own. But suppose say some problem has been presented to you, you have understood the solution. When you're reworking on that particular problem, try to incorporate this idea of less of writing and more of thinking. See, I'm repeatedly making use of this particular word. In fact, I am coining this particular word, low and mot, LOW and MOT, less of writing and more of thinking. So when you keep on applying this, what will happen? You will keep thinking on the same problem, and different times you are going to apply it. Your brain subconsciously adapts to this particular strategy, and you will be able to recollect so many points, so many concepts, and then you will not get into writing a lot of stuff, which will save you considerable amount of time in your competitive exams, where time is going to be of utmost essence, and you will be in a position to kind of ensure that you are going to save good amount of time, and thereby attempt relatively more number of questions. So you need to make a conscious effort towards this. When you're going to make a conscious effort towards this, you are also going to learn, you're going to get motivated to spend more time towards your academics, more time towards working problems, right? So this is a new method that I'm incorporating. I'm kind of coming up with this particular strategy so that you can incorporate this into your daily problem solving. I'll just give you one example, and also I'm going to be taking up PYQs and incorporating this particular strategy and presenting it to you. And once you learn this, you need to definitely incorporate. You need to practice. When you practice, only you will be able to implement this effectively in your examination. So ensure that by practicing it, what are the big benefits. See, one benefit is that you are going to save time. Another benefit is that by incorporating this method, different problem varieties, you will keep on thinking on that again and again. So because when you start thinking and avoid writing, your thought process also starts developing. You start thinking in terms of this variety of problem has to be approached like this problem has to be approached like this. I don't think anybody, any topper, you talk to just any topper in the past, by subconscious means they would have incorporated this particular method. Probably they did not realize it yet, but they would have incorporated it. So I just present you one problem. It's a very simple problem. Just see how what is going to be your method of approach for this particular problem, right? So let me just share it. Do try it out. Do pause and definitely try it out. So it's a very straightforward question. So do try this question out. See what is the method in which you are going to solve this particular question. Just take it up. It's a very straightforward question. Given time, anybody will be able to solve it. Any aspirant who has completed 11th and 12th course will be in a position to get this right. But see what is the method that you are using to solve this particular question. Okay, so now I'm going to be taking this up for discussion. So there are two less of writing and more of thinking approaches for this particular scenario. So one is, if you remember the formula straight away, if you keep on practicing a lot of times, this particular formula for tension in the string for this particular case straight away gets imbibed for you. But this is not the method that I would recommend, because if I change the arrangement and instead of two blocks, if I'm going to make it another moving pulley, then there is no way that you are remembering the expression for tension in that particular case, right? But anyhow, if you remember the tension for this particular case, well, yeah, tension expression, that is going to be 2 m1 m2g divided by m1 plus m2. But this only applies if you are going to have arrangement of single pulley connected to a set of two blocks on either side. So if you are going to use this, so 2 times 2 kg into 3 kg into 10 divided by 2 plus 3 is 5. Now instead of using your pen and canceling, I'm just telling you this, you must try to avoid all these things. 5, 10, 2, then you multiply. Don't write all those steps. From now on, practice that. You will try to minimize your writing and more of thinking. So less writing, more thinking. And what will be the value of this particular tension? So 2 into 2 is 4, 4 into 3 is 12, 12 into 2 is 24. Directly do it in your mind, right? So this is going to be 24 Newton. Now once you get 24 Newton, then work done by tension force, that will be 24 into minus 2, because opposite directions. So minus 48 joules is going to be the answer for this particular question. But suppose say you don't remember this particular expression, and in that case, what would be a relatively shorter way of doing? Instead of making FBD for 2 kg and 3 kg separately, we'll be writing one equation like this: t minus 20 divided by 2, that is the acceleration of 2 kg in the upward direction. This must be equal to 30 minus t divided by 3, acceleration in the downward direction. Then after this, instead of writing one more step as 3 into t minus 20 equal to 2 into 30 minus t, try to now write it in one step itself, mentally multiply. So left hand side is going to be 3t minus 60 will be equal to 60 minus 2t. So bring minus 2t this side. Mentally, I am trying to do it. It's a simple linear equation. So 3t plus 2t will become 5t. I'll write this 5t minus 60 equal to 60. So this is going to become like 120, t equal to 24. See, less writing, more thinking saves you a lot of time. And when you're going to practice this, right, this is the strategy that toppers are definitely using in their examination taking scenarios. And then once you get this tension as 24, then work done is going to be minus 48 joules. So this could be extended further to more number of moving pulleys. So if there are more moving pulleys, this formula here wouldn't be applicable. So in that particular case, you need to figure out ways where you're going to write less and think more. So remember this word, low mot. Less of writing, more of thinking. Try to incorporate that consciously into your problem solving. So even when you're trying to go through the solution of some particular problem, later, maybe a day later, just take that same particular problem and see if you can solve that particular problem with till you get the final answer, convincingly, till you get the final answer, incorporating this particular method. So this is going to help you in when you apply this consciously. This will help you in recollecting so many different varieties of problems. You will be able to solve more number of problems, practice more number of problems. It is going to take very kind of less conscious effort. You just have to be conscious to write less, think more. Initially mistakes might be happening, you might be making some arithmetic calculations, right? But when you practice it slowly, you will be able to implement this. In fact, I'm going to take a lot of pyqs and I'm going to come up with how effectively this method can be implemented, thereby uh, ensuring that you will be able to kind of go see whether you clear JEE need doesn't matter, right? By incorporating this particular method, your thinking abilities are just going to enhance. You will just feel it for yourself that the thinking ability as a person, whether you clear JEE main need, those things are going to kind of be part of the game. Let that be there. But irrespective of whatever it might be, suppose say you have a potential to get some particular rank, you might get it, you may not get it, you may be able to get much better than that, right? So everything can happen. But instead of thinking about those just ranks, so ranks are just a kind of a one time phase in your life. This process, when you're going to implement it, you will feel the difference that your thinking ability as a person, your thought process is becoming better, you are becoming more confident, and you will be in a position to enhance your thinking skills, right? So all the very best, guys. I'll take up some pyqs. Why I'm particularly taking up pyqs? Because these pyqs are going to help you in two ways. One, you will be getting exposed to what are the previous varieties of questions that have been tested in JEE mains, and then it is this method incorporation into those problems is going to ensure that you are going to be uh, uh, learning strategies, how to write less and think more. So that is what I'm going to be corely focusing on, the different problems that I'm going to be taking and presenting it to you, right? So do stay connected, and all the very best, right? I wish that you come out in flying colors in the very first attempt of JEE main, right? All the very best, guys.